And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play series. How is everyone today? Good, I hope. Good. Alright, so what are we working on today? Well, we are finishing up our uranium processing system that we started in the last episode. So, what were we going to do with it? And now I can also put this on instead. Because I am no longer directly dealing... Whoop, didn't want to do that. Because now I am no longer dealing with stuff that's likely to kill me instantaneously. So why don't we, in the meantime, get ourselves an armor stand? Ah, yes, my quarry's been running. I kind of just left it up and running for a little while. And I need some... Boy, I have quite a bit of crap in here. Let's make ourselves an armor stand, courtesy of Bibliocraft, because these things really are quite awesome. Oh, right, now I'm actually moving at my proper speed again. So let's run over here, and we'll just put it right here. Full hazmat suit, ready and waiting. It really looks like it has a mustache on it, doesn't it? See? It's got a mustache. Anyways. Alright, so this is all running. The thermal centrifuge is running and running out of power, but that's okay. I didn't connect it to the network like I said I was going to. I just kind of forgot to. So, alright, that's all set. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build a way so that we don't have to come in here much at all. And to do that, we're going to use an ME interface. I forgot to make the glass, didn't I? I forgot to make the glass. Do I have sand over here? Yes. It's going to have gone into my digger's backpack. I should really remember to put these things away before I start working. And there we go. It's going to tie up the rest of the system, and that's fine, but it'll automatically get pulled and processed into the rest of the network. So now we can request that interface. There we go. And we should see all the items zip over into our crafting grid over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually come through this wall here. Okay? And then we're going to come underneath that armor stand. And that'll put us out right over here, I believe. Ooh. How do we have it put us out right over here? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our cable. Nope, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. And we're going to come from here over, down, over, 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 over. And then back a bit. Because we want our ME interface here to be flush with this part of the wall. Right like so. And we're going to figure out a better way to do the access to this thing. And better ways to do access to it would mean going down from there. So we can just jump up. And then we go down, down, down. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to configure this ME interface right there. We're going to actually configure it to store... It's raining, that's why there's no power. Let me take a nap and come right back. So I just learned a valuable lesson about the concept of making sure that you're wearing your hazmat suit before you pick up refined uranium fuel rods. There we go. We're going to configure our ME export interface to keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll keep it to configure with 4. And that should be fine. And we're going to configure it to keep 32 stone dust and 64 tiny piles of lead. There we go. So now we have a way to get at this system without actually coming in here and mucking around with it. So let's put that back in. Our thermal centrifuge is running. Everything else is on standby. Now the other nice thing about this is that I can come over here and drop it into the exported items. Because it's not on the list for items that need to stay exported, it's going to automatically get pulled out. So we should see everything running nicely over here now. And it is. It is, it is, it is. I like to see that. Alright, so let me go and start working on the control system for our little network here. Because what I'm probably going to do is as follows. Let me get my request tool. And let me get some stone. Let me get some wire. Ooh, do I not have any red alloy wire? I don't. So I have to make some more of that. So let me take care of that. And I will... Well, I have the stone on me now, so I guess I can do this. You make 4 buttons. Put them in a block. You get a big button. They are significantly easier to hit. And you can also set the timing by opening up that little interface. So let me come back as soon as I have gotten the materials I need to get. And we are back, and I can now show you how this entire thing works. Oh, if I'm not running the wrong way inside my house. Oops. So let's jump up here, and we have this nice big button. That opens. And now we have access into this room. If you want to get out, it cycles the airlock. And we can now put on our armor or press this button to get out. And you guys can obviously see where I have been having issues connecting this. And I was in my test environment for a couple minutes figuring it out. The actual gate controls probably could be done easier. How do I get out of here? Through here, I think. Yes. Just 4 gates, 2 NOT gates, 2 state cells. All that happens is either of those buttons comes up here and triggers that state cell, which, while it's ticking, turns that off, sends it over to this one, which turns that off for a set amount of time. It's honestly perfect. I quite enjoy how it worked out, and I'll have to cover it up, but that's not a big deal. So let's get back in here, and let's seal this thing up. There we go. We are all set now. So, what do we need to do next? Well, we, honestly, need to get the items from here, some of them at least, from this ME interface, out. Out! Out, I say! it doesn't need to be immediate. We're still waiting on some more fuel rods. I think I need some more fuel rod casings. Let me go get those now, actually. But while we're doing this, we can actually start to work on our nuclear reactor. Yes. Because you guys didn't think that I was going to build one of these things, a fuel processing station, just to let it sit around, did you? By the way, cool thing now, just dump those in there and they go in. Basically, the entire system now, you just dump items in and they go. And you don't have to, you just dump the raw materials in, dump your ores in, and you're all set. In fact, we're so all set that I'm even going to take this thing down. Beautiful. What the heck is that doing down there? Oh, okay, I know which room that is. Never mind. Alright, so let's get started on this nuclear reactor now, shall we? Yes, we shall. Alright. What is needed to make a nuclear reactor? I will be honest with you guys, I don't know. 3 reactor chambers and a generator and an advanced circuit. What's a reactor chamber? Lead plates around a basic machine casing. That's it. That's seriously it, guys. I thought this was supposed to be like the harder version of ISC2, more difficult, harder to manufacture things and make things big. I didn't expect, let's see, 3, 12. So 12 plus, let's do 32. I didn't expect it to actually make things easier for me. Oh well. I mean, in GregTech, you build these things, and you spend like 8 hours building them. But here, apparently not. So let me come back once all those raw materials are cooked up. Alright, so we're ready to start crafting our nuclear reactor. Alright. Let's take a look. Oh, I almost forgot. We have to craft 1, 2, 3. Now we can make our reactor chambers. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now we need our generator. RE battery, please. And we're going to need some tin item casings. Roll that down for me, will ya? And some redstone. I should have gotten 2. And all this stuff gets nice and rolled down. Like that. And like that. There we go. Awesome. And now we just need... Hello? Yep, I'll be right back. Alright, and now it looks like we are ready to craft ourselves one nuclear... Oops, not yet. Interesting. I thought you could use a machine block for this. Okay, so we need... Remember how to do this right. Got our iron furnace. Clear recipe first. Iron furnace, 3 plates, and a battery, right? Gets us a generator. I can make a nuclear reactor. And now we want to make ooh, we need some more iron plates, I guess. Do I have any iron? Yes, I do. Because we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those more reactor chambers. And the reason for that is that a reactor on its own isn't that big of a space. It's kind of its little own little mini game. And I'll explain it to you guys next episode. I just want to show you guys the crafted creation process and how much of a pain in the rear end it can be. but I can demonstrate a little bit, so let me show you. Nuclear reactor, right? There's this inventory. Now, right now, I only have access to this 3 wide area up here. For every other reactor chamber I had adjacent, up to 6, I get another column. So you can see why I want to add a reactor now. There we go. So I want to add 6 more reactor chambers to make this a nice big reactor. And that's going to take a bit of work. But as you can see, it's not too hard. I actually just need 2 more of those machine blocks to work with, which should be popping out in a minute or 2. Let's put that in there. So let me bring you guys back in when we're ready to craft the last one. And so now we're crafting the last of our reactor chambers. So the basic design for this, and this isn't where this is going to sit, by the way. This is going to go somewhere else. But let me just go outside and show this to you. You thought I was clearing out this area just to make it a bit more open. Your basic design, right. And remember, those reactor chambers can only be attached to the reactors. Your basic design is going to look something like this. That is an IC2 nuclear reactor. All of these panels are open. This isn't where we're going to leave it, but for right now, it's where it's going to live. So until the next episode, when I build a building out here and actually set this thing up, it's been awesome hanging out with you guys. As always, I really enjoy uploading these episodes for you. It's really quite a treat. So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. This has been Mr. Kasarian. If you enjoyed this episode, give me a like, comment, maybe even subscribe to my channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, happy mining. Alright guys, so it turns out that episode was woefully short by not too long, but shorter than I wanted it to be. So let's craft another couple things while we're working on this. And I'm sorry, I know I just said have a nice day, but, you know, oops. So the first thing we're going to want to craft is I think it's called a remote thermal monitor. There we go. What? That's not... remote sensor kit. Alright. I'm going to need a digital thermometer. Okay. So I'm going to need some more electronic circuits. That's fine. Absolutely fine by me. Remote sensor kit. So let's get a digital thermometer going, which requires an electric circuit, which is what I actually wanted to craft. I need some more copper cable. Do I have any uninsulated copper laying around here? I got a little bit. Alright, but let's do up... Oh, gosh, I have plenty of copper laying around, don't I? Let's just do up a whole bunch of it. I'm gonna go just like this. Alright. Place that in there, and let's just pull a stack of redstone out for ourselves. Let's stick that in there. Electronic circuit. And while we're over here, let's just get a little bit of glowstone, because we're appearing to be using quite a bit of it here. So digital thermometer. The digital thermometer is going to allow us to actually measure the temperature of a reactor. Now, alright, so if you notice back at that reactor, it didn't have, or it had a, what do you call it? It had a screen. It had a display. There we go, display. That showed you the current heat inside the reactor. Well, they didn't used to have that. That's actually a fairly new invention for this system. We're going to need to clean this out. Previously, you basically just had to rely on the reactor on these thermal monitors, basically. Crud, okay. To provide you with some idea of what your reactor was probably doing. And I say probably because it was usually a fairly hit or miss proposition when you actually got right down to it. Drop that in there. And you could never be quite certain exactly what that reactor was honestly doing. frequency transmitter, and all this together gets me a remote sensor kit. Awesome. Now what I'm going to be doing is actually putting a roof on out back, and I'll be showing you guys this remote sensor kit probably in the next episode, to be honest. So we'll just store that right in there for right now. This item, by the way, is from a mod called Nuclear Control, which is quite an awesome mod that, again, I'll be showing you guys more of in the next episode. But, suffice to say, it gives us such wonderful things as these energy sensor kits, counter sensors, liquid sensors, remote thermal monitor, industrial information panels, energy counter, average, range trigger, all this sort of stuff. And we'll be taking a look at that in the next episode more in detail. So I want to thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Mr. Kasarian. And as always, happy mining. For real this time.